Welcome to video 1 of the AttaainCI video tour series. In this video we'll focus on an introduction to AttaainCI and provide a quick tour of the main modules in AttaainCI. AttaainCI was designed to address a very specific problem. In the past it was difficult and expensive just to find the competitive and market intelligence that you needed. Whereas today it's often difficult to cope with all the competitive and market intelligence that you can find. In today's connected world, companies have access to vast amounts of readily available competitive and market intelligence data. However, the sheer volume of data available can quickly consume all available resources in trying to identify, filter, extract, summarize, and act on this flood of dynamic data on a timely basis. To compound the problem, competitive and market intelligence obtained today can and often does change tomorrow. A meaningful and competitive intelligence function is a continuous process of researching, analyzing, extracting, reporting, and acting on all of this information as it changes. To solve this problem, AttaainCI provides continuous intelligence gathering, analysis, extraction, and summarization regarding all of the companies, people, and markets that have an impact on the success of your business in its various lines of business. The AttaainCI software continuously monitors, filters, and integrates intelligence from a wide range of sources. These include targeted website spidering, selected data extraction from multiple search engines, news sources, blogs, and social media sites, and connections to many other dedicated data sources and information feeds for competitive and market intelligence. All this information is analyzed, extracted, and summarized into concise reports for your use. For example, for companies, we provide company intelligence reports that contain a wide variety of real-time information on key aspects of the company's activities. In addition, web marketing intelligence reports are available, covering all of the key aspects of a company's website in terms of search performance, documents, collateral, links, site rankings, and so on. A detailed look at all of these reports is available in other videos in this series. AttaainCI provides a collaborative framework for researching, analyzing, and tracking all of this market and competitive intelligence. Real-time reporting and alerts are provided through an on-demand web portal, as well as through user-scheduled email alerts that contain the latest developments in all of these key areas. Importantly, all of this information is organized by your own company's lines of business and class, such as your competitors, your customers, sales prospects, your partners, information about your own company, and information about specific markets of interest. AttaainCI is organized around 4 main modules: the Dashboards module, the Research module, the Analysis module, and the Configuration module. Let's switch to AttaainCI now for a live tour of these main modules. In this example, we've logged into AttaainCI using a fictitious company called Colossal Computers Inc. with a fictitious user, John Smith. In this main navigation screen, you can see the 4 main modules displayed as links across the top of the screen. First is the Dashboards module, which provides up-to-the-minute intelligence summaries on all of your competitors, customers, prospects, partners, markets, your own company, and more. The Research module, where you can identify, report, and track on important companies, people, and markets related to your various lines of business. The Analysis module, which allows you to analyze and compare your tracked competitors' marketing performance, web tactics, collateral, and other business activities. And finally, the Configuration module, which contains a number of user setting options and configuration options. Starting with the Dashboards module, we click the link to see the initial Dashboards navigation screen. Dashboards exist on your competitors, customers, prospects, partners, your own company, important markets, and other categories that you may like to set up. In this example, you can see that for this company, we've currently marked to track 14 companies, 7 people, and 8 markets across our various lines of business. The lines of business are shown on this dashboard summary screen in this section, And for this particular company, we've set up 3 lines of business. One for smartphones business, one for digital music players, and one for our personal computers line of business. Additional dashboard links are shown here for competitors that you may be tracking. In this case, we have 12 companies and 3 people we've classified as competitors that we're tracking in the personal computers line of business, the digital music players area, and the smartphones area. For this particular example, we have no customers or prospects currently being tracked. However, we do have 1 company and 1 person shown here in the personal computers line of business that we're tracking as partners. We have our own company and 3 people within our own company being tracked, so we can get the latest information on updates about our own company. We have 8 markets being tracked across each of these 3 lines of business, and nothing currently classified as other. Clicking on the graphs shown for each of these classes and lines of business will then produce additional dashboards with details about the companies or people collected in each of these areas. Additional videos later in this series will show you details on what is contained in those dashboards and how to use the information in them. The research section allows us to research information about companies, people, or markets. For companies, we can research companies by name, region, market segment, and more, and view detailed company reports and additional company intelligence and resources. We can also select the companies in this section that we'd like to add to our list of tracked items. Similarly, for people, we can research people by name or email address, filter by company name. We can view detailed person profiles and additional intelligence and resources on people. And we can again select people that we'd like to add to our tracked lists. And finally, the market section allows us to research markets by keyword descriptions that we provide and view detailed market reports with additional market intelligence and other resources about markets, and once again select markets that we'd like to add to our tracked lists. We have detailed videos later in the series that show us each one of these sections on researching company, researching people, and researching markets, and how to track them in AttaainCI. The analysis module allows us to take, again, groups of companies, people, or markets, the 3 primary areas that we track in AttaainCI, and look at detailed reports using tools that can look at news and announcements, marketing performance, web tactics, collateral, and other business activities for groups of companies we have tracked or for individual companies that we're tracking. Similarly, for people, we can look at the latest information and updates about individual tracked people or groups of people. And markets, we can look at individual track markets or groups of markets to get a highlight and summary on those. Again, we have other videos later in the Attain series that will show you more about each of the reports in the analysis section and the tools that are contained within them. And finally, in the configuration module, a number of key settings can be controlled. For administrators, they can edit information about the company, about users within the company, and add new users. New users, incidentally, if we click, can be added as ordinary users or administrators who have different privileges. And users can also have add, edit, or delete privileges for items tracked in this system. Lines of business can easily be added to an AttaainCI system by clicking the Add New Line of Business option. And importantly, lines of business can be public or private. So public lines of business are viewable to all users within your company of AttaainCI. However, private lines of business, items tracked in this line would be companies, people, or markets that would be private only to you logged in to be able to see the items in this line of business. All users can manage the configuration of intelligence tags, which we'll cover later in other videos in the series, but they're user-defined collections of information that you input or capture on your own. They can manage email alerts, which are set up on a user-by-user basis to alert them on the latest items in each of the categories that they may be tracking, and this is where you manage that. As far as lists of tracked companies or people or markets, you'd manage that in this section where you can edit or add or delete items to these, as well as your own user information in terms of login and password and so on. So the four main modules of AttaainCI are always displayed at the top of the screen and allow you to easily access your dashboards, allow you to research items, allow you to analyze items that you've tracked, and allow you to modify and change your configuration at any time. To view additional videos in our AttaainCI video tour series, or to sign up for AttaainCI now, please visit us at www.attain.com.